There we go. Can never get my buttons right. In this video, I want to go over a comparison of the Blackmagic 4K, the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio camera just brought out in January of 2024 versus and side by side to the Lumix S5. So the Lumix S5 is what I've been using in my podcast studio for the past year or so. I've been using two of them side by side, and in the photograph that I show you for the title slide, you can see how I configure those in the right hand picture hanging from a VESA mount shelf from one of my control monitors. And what I'm going to do is replace both of the S5s in the studio with the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio cameras that came out here in January, and I'm going to do them side by side, one on the left, one on the right, a close-up image and a wider image. But in this video, I have the Lumix as my wide image, and I have the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 as my close-up image. And so I'm going to show you that momentarily, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each camera individually as well as a super source, and so that way you can see the difference side by side and individually as cameras. Now the reason why I'm doing this second video is because the first video got a little janky when I was trying to work with the menus and stuff and show you how those worked. In this video, I've got the same camera on a tripod along side by side with another S5 that I'm going to peer into a dark shelf showing one of the very first cameras that I had as a teenager. So first of all, I'm going to go to the super source, and we're going to take a quick look at the two cameras side by side. So on the left, as you can see, here's my left hand, and this image over here is the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio camera, and on the right, on my right, so it's probably opposite for you, is the S5 with the 20-60 lens. Now the kit lens. The Blackmagic camera has a Panasonic 12-40 Micro Four Thirds camera on it, and then when I go to swap out my S5 with the other Micro 4K G2, that lens is the wide lens. It's going to go where the S5 is now, and the Olympus, which is a tighter lens for the close-up, is going to go onto the close-up camera that is the Blackmagic camera. The Olympus is going to go onto that camera. And by the way, when I do that, I'm going to do the same kind of thing, the same kind of video, but with the two Blackmagic Micro Studio 4K G2 cameras side by side. This camera right here using the Olympus lens, and then this camera over here will be using the Panasonic 12-40 lens, both for Micro Four Thirds. So this image right here is the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio camera, and now this image is the Lumix S5 20-60 kit lens. And so once again, we're going to go super source, and this is so you can see the colors and you can see the definitions of the video, the clarity versus not clarity, and things like that. Now here's super source again, and here we go. Now the cool thing with the Blackmagic cameras is that as I build this podcast studio, I am building it around the Blackmagic ecosystem. So what that means is I have, for finishing recorded videos, I have DaVinci Resolve Studio. For the live video switching, I have an ATEM Extreme ISO, which switches 8 cameras. And then for the cameras, I now have the 2 Blackmagic Micro Studio 4K G2 cameras. And so I also have for playback of video as well as for teleprompting, I have the Blackmagic HyperDeck Shuttle. And I'll show you that. That is going to be this. So this is right now, actually this text is on a different video that I did, and you can automatically play that video and read that accordingly, or you can hit scroll and tell by the jog and shuttle wheel that you want this text to to stop and go as you turn the jog shuttle. And then also, see, now that's shuttle, that's scroll, this is jog, so this is a little smoother. So I'm doing this by hand right now, and now we're hitting the play button again. And so as you can tell, I'm building out the Blackmagic ecosystem, and so at some point, oh, there we go. Always hit all the wrong buttons. So it all gels together. So the next thing that I need is a lot of storage, and I was debating on getting the Blackmagic Cloud Dock 2 to network with 10G networking into the system, and I'm also contemplating going another route with QNAP, with a QNAP NAS system. So that's what I'm contemplating right now. Anyways, the cool thing, going back to the cameras, is the cool thing with the Blackmagic, which you are looking at now. If I go into the control panels and I take and I go to my cameras, I'm going to mess up my focus. I'm going to mess up the focus and show you that at least from my desk, I can hit autofocus, boom, and it snaps right into focus. Now, I thought that I would have zoom and telephoto control with these lenses, but at least through HDMI eARC, I do not. But that's okay. Once I frame the shot's framed, and it is what it is. Now with the Blackmagic, or I'm sorry, with the Lumix S5, I have no control through my control software at all. So where I set the camera is where I set the camera. I have to have all my focus set before I begin broadcasting, and there is no possibility of moving. Let's say we go back to the Blackmagic camera here. Let's say I move out of the range. All I have to do is hit my autofocus, and it finds me again and autofocuses. Come back into range. Whoop, come back into range, and I autofocus again. That's huge. To me, that is huge. The next thing that I want to show you is a side-by-side comparison of the two cameras that I have showing the low light capabilities. So I'm going to set up my super source real quick so that I can do that, and we'll go there and take care of that real quick. Box 1 is going to be number 7. Let me make sure I have my cameras here. Box 1 is going to be number 7. Yes, and then number 8. So I'm going to set that up. Box 1. Box 2 is going to be number 8. Okay, so now I have the low light capabilities to show you on a shelf that I have an old Argus camera. And because my Godox lights are facing me, they are not even in the shelf except by any ambience that is floating around the room. So the first camera I'm going to show you individually is going to be the Blackmagic camera. And that's what a low light image with the Blackmagic camera looks like on the Lumix, on the Argus camera. Now, again, the cool thing is that through the software right here, I can take the gain and I can boost this up. And as you can see, the image is clean. Now it looks to me like it has a sheen on it, like a film, and I don't have, this is not with coloring or anything like that. So now I'm going to bring the actual gain down. So there we get rid of, when you bring this down, there we go. Now that definition is looking good. Bring that clearer like that. Go up here and boost the gain a little bit more. Bring this back down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And that's clean. Now this is the S5. And that's the S5. I can adjust my oh, come on. There we go. Adjust my ISO on that, and this is Super Source. So on the left is the Blackmagic. That's a little bit tighter due to the lens. And on the right, with the movement, because my hand's on it, is the S5. And I'm going to change the ISO on the S5 to try to match the Blackmagic. And the colors are just different. But this is the difference between the two cameras. I'll bring that down there. That's probably closer. And so folks, that is the side-by-side comparison. Now I can bring, the cool thing with the Blackmagic is I can bring that up just a little bit more. That way you see the sheen going across the image like that. I can adjust that, bring it back down. And that is just a super, super clean image. This is this look right here is what I was dealing with on the left, is what I was dealing with when I first got the cameras. And I was like, what in the world? It looks like a webcam. But if you adjust these cameras just right, they are solid as can be. I am excited. I am extremely excited with the look of these cameras. I want to bring that in like I did the other one and just get that crispy. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Now I'll bring this up a little bit more. That's awesome. That is an awesome look. So I'm going to go back to my palettes and I'm going to change my boxes again to be number 3, box number 2, number 4. And once again, we're going to take a look at the two different images. So on the left is the Blackmagic Micro Studio 4K G2, and on the right is the Lumix S5. Now I like my Lumix S5s. I actually love them. I love them both. They're just the originals. I love these cameras. But in the studio, these Blackmagic cameras are going to rock. They're already doing a fantastic job. Once I get my side down and I learn these cameras, these crazy things rock. Now I'm going to show you the menu setup on, not on the screen because I have that turned off, but I'm going to show you just real quick the side of the Blackmagic camera by going to a Panasonic UX180 that I bought for doing documentary work. So when you have your, I don't know if I could do that or not. I don't think so. I have the the HDMI out as clean, so you don't see all of the heads-up display as you would in a viewfinder. That's why that's like that. But to address all of the menus in the camera, you simply hit this menu button here, and then the set button, and then the up and down arrows and the set button. And if you are going to go and simply get into the heads-up display, you simply hit the set button there, and then you change your settings in the heads-up display as if it were in the viewfinder. Real simple, real convenient. The actual menus are laid out very well, and it is just awesome to work with. So that is the simple part 2 comparison. The first one, I just had all this movement because I wasn't prepared to go into the menus. You can go back and take a look at that video as well. But in reality, this is a part 2 of the first video that I did. And so there you have it. Real simple, real quick. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that it helps you if you're trying to choose between doing like a mirrorless hybrid camera, or if you're doing a podcast studio and you want dedicated cameras. I highly recommend the dedicated cameras. By the way, I bought my cameras from Adorama. I don't have an affiliate link to these cameras yet, but if you follow my affiliate links for the other items that I have in the description below, and then go to the Blackmagic Micro Studio 4K G2 camera, that would help me out with a little bit of affiliate recognition there. And so with that, I will go into the next video. The next video, I'm going to unbox a massive terabyte, a USB terabyte docking system, and I'll explain that in the next video. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking a look at the video, and I will see you on the next video.